see if this works then, shall we? Is there a live link to this? Where is this being streamed to? And does anyone know that this exists? So, that's a question now, isn't it? Am I actually live? For those of you that are joining the stream, hello and welcome. I don't know if there are any of you here. Oh, we are live now? Ah, excellent. Right. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna now start publishing the stream around. Make sure that everyone is aware that it exists. So, let's get this started. Wonderful. Hello, everyone. How is the sound balancing, people? Do you like this? Is this good? Are we happy with the sound balance and the sound levels? Voice a little bit louder. Okay, yep, we can do that. I will also probably put the game's audio just a smidge quieter, if that is preferable to everyone. How is that? How are we doing? What's a little loud? Is it my voice that's a little loud, or is it the game that's a little loud? Just so we are all on the same page. I will be beginning this shortly. But you guys are my test audience. Okay, wonderful. That's better. Is that perfect? Is it exactly how you like it? Or would you change it further? If you want it. Better. Good. I am most glad to hear. Welcome. We're gonna start this very shortly, once I just make a little announcement to everyone that we are all good and ready to go. Excellent. Whoops. Oh, that's the rule. Okay. Rats. Okay, let's get the link to this going properly. Oh. Excellent. Blind play indeed. So we are going completely blind on this. Well, semi-blind, in that we've seen a lot of this before. And we've seen the general story beats before, but this will be the first time that we've seen the game played in full. Very well. I think without further ado we should perhaps begin. If we're all happy. Are we all happy, people? I hope we are. I'm very happy. Right. I do enjoy the game's soundtrack as well. The game's soundtrack is rather wonderful. So, okay. Here we go. And so we begin. Oh, we are changing that. Oh, no, 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 no. We are changing that immediately to the Russian audio. Sorry. Let me fix that. That made me very, very sad for just a moment then. Please tell me I've got the option to change it. Oh no. Can I not? Oh, thank fuck. Okay. There we go. We're getting the full Slavaboo experience here, okay? I am not playing with the English voice acting. I am so sorry. Alright. Are we ready to go?
Я бакалавр медицины Даниил Донковский. Меня прославили исследование пределов человеческой жизни. Всю свою энергию, незаурядный ум.
Oh, he's got an emo haircut now.
Борьбу с главным страхом, ограничивающим человека. Неизбежностью скорой смерти. Пытаясь найти доказательства верности своих теорий, я отправился в небольшой степной город, чтобы осмотреть там феноменального долгожителя Симона Кайна, но попал в ловушку. Как только я прибыл на место, на город обрушилась неизвестная болезнь. Она стала пожирать город, как лесной пожар. Ее заразность и смертоносность превосходили все, с чем человечество сталкивалось прежде. Я оказался единственным врачом, вставшим на пути у этого беспрецедентного мора.
Here we go. The only doctor standing in the way of an unprecedented pestilence. Oh boy. Are you ready to cosplay 2020? Because mind map. My thoughts, conclusions, deliberations. To see the events of a specific day, press the number on the circle. So we don't have anything for the other days, but let's have a look here. An immortal man, Simon Kain, an alleged immortal, lives in this town. Understanding him is the only way to save my Thanatica. Are you chasing shadows again, Dankovsky? Oops. I should have actually looked at that before. Are you serious? I barely stopped off the train and my things were immediately stolen. Oh, the joys of rural life. Without my tools, I am useless. I must find the prototype and the microscope. They are vital. Well, train station then. My luggage was stolen. No choice but to start searching for it. Stop where I arrived. I say, a living, breathing person stepping off our train. Do you normally only get dead people? Where do you come from? The train, as you yourself pointed out. Let's not be too much of a dick immediately. My class at university. Gotta go to answer the question of old anatomy. Dankovsky, no. The capital. Daniil Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. I am told a supposed immortal man, Simon Kain, lives here. I have come to study him. Right. Do you city folk always take 20 trunks of shirts with you, or did you manage to cut down to 10, sir? 8. Though I had to sit on the last one. Where can I find a constable? And who do I talk to about recovering my stolen property? Just kids being kids, no need to be mean to them. What, should I thank them? Give them candy? I must get my luggage back. Losing my instruments is like losing my arms. It's worse than losing my arms. I'm telling you, hands off the kids. You're new here, fresh off the train. You're new in town, so watch yourself and heed our customs. No constable or patrolman will chase after children for you. No street sweeper, neither. Are you serious right now? Why not? Because the kids have their own thing going. Their own empire, you see. I'm not going to mess with it, and if you find someone to do it for you, it's your funeral. Or rather, theirs. Although they wouldn't get a funeral, the tower would simply break them. I don't believe myself in corporal punishment, and obviously I'm not trying to get into a fight with 10-year-olds. Perhaps I can negotiate with them. Wait, what tower? The Polyhedron. Well, that surely clears it up. You know what? If you need your shirts so badly, why don't you go looking for the tots that ran away with them? Just ask them nicely. These kids are like magpies. They'll trade for your precious linens from the capital back in exchange for bits of coloured glass or even just a story. But whatever you do, don't hurt them. Why would I have bits of glass? I have plenty of stories to tell, but they usually involve vivisections. Then again, I suppose kids do like that sort of thing. Say, is the capital a real place? In a sense, of course. The capital is a myth, and it's the myth that is the real capital, but the city does exist physically. The Kains came to the capital and made our town, but no other real people have come there ever since. So I was thinking, perhaps Simon Kain merely made up the capital, along with everything else. Right, sure, I'm just an actor that he hired. In a small town like yours, a single individual's authority can grow up to be all-encompassing. I assure you, though, Kain did not make up the capital. Sometimes I need to take a step back from the moment and think logically through something. It helps me put the picture together. My luggage. Speechless at the customs of the townfolk here. But I might manage to recover something intact along the way. I'll have to handle this myself. The most important thing is the microscope and the experimental prototype. Utopia. Such a serene place. If immortality still exists in our country, it would be here. Local street children with a strange deference. I'll have to catch the thieves myself. New shoes. May I introduce you to Station Mud. The tragic trail of my eviscerated suitcases leads in this direction. Oh, the town, my beautiful town. My town upon the Gorkon. How I have missed you so. Dankovsky's gonna have a horde of kids running up with dead critters in their pockets if he plays his cards right. Well, probably. Let's see if they're gonna give me any, let's see what they'll give me. Hello.
Незабудка. Это желтенький мелкий такой цветок, да?
So that's what you're like. Dead tired and covered in dust. Daniil Dankovsky, at your service. You're restless. We hardly see anyone like that in our sleepy little town. Even the Kains have gone into hibernation as the years have passed. How do you know what I'm like? I only just arrived. Your lips are tense, and you have the hands of a man who can't sit still. Besides, Simon told me to take a close look at you, and I always listen to him. Simon Kain? Simon Kain. He left you in my care, said you'd be staying at my house. Oh, it has a name, the Stillwater, and this won't be the first time it's had guests, but most don't last long. I think you will, though. I've already prepared everything. Oh, what did you prepare? Your room, a bed, a workspace, breakfast, peace. Shall we? Why the hurry? Don't you want to find your belongings first? I won't disappear. I'll be waiting for you at home. Home? You said that so warmly. Simon was expecting me. The place was prepared at the Stillwater, a guest house as far as I can tell. It's an observatory, amongst other things. Whoa! Some objects can be useful. I can spot them easily if I concentrate. But some thoughts will affect your mental state. Hello, you little blighter. Hey! Eyes on us! The thief's seen us! The thief! Mr. Thief, are you for real? Say something in thief speak. What? Cognoscit. The Latins never minded taking what was not theirs. Thief? Thief, you stole the train's heart, you did. Just ripped it out and stole it, and it'll die without a heart. Many creatures in this world survive perfectly well without hearts. A train, I believe, would belong to the order Crassicalitella, worms. This is where I reveal that I'm a doctor, not a biologist. Crassicalitellata? Crassicalitellata. Fuck me. Crassicalitellata. Worms. They don't need hearts. Are you stupid, mister? Worms don't look like that at all. They have arms and legs and a forehead. And 2 hearts, one in his chest and one in his wife's. Worms don't have wives. You're not just a thief, but a dummy too. If worms don't have wives, then who does the dances? Who makes the grass grow? You think it grows by itself? Listen, boy. Enough jokes for the day. I've come to this town on important business, which I cannot conduct without my microscope and my prototype. Please, return them to me. Hey, hold on. No need for all the begging and the politeness. What did I ever do to you anyway? I didn't take nothing. It was all Jekka. Fucking Nicole and Jekka, right, okay. Jetchka. My microscope and prototype are precise, delicate instruments. If they break, they'll only be scrap metal and glass. They'll just die, like the train. You don't want that, do you? I don't. Then tell me where Jetchka's team has taken them. Jetchka's taken the heart back to go fix the train. That way, to its face. Am I a snitch now, Master Thief? No. A snitch is someone who runs off to inform without being asked to do so. You are an honest witness. My fucking luggage. Kid stole my fucking luggage. Dang. Here we go then. Onwards. So Pathologic 3 is looking interesting. If we compare it to Pathologic 1 and 2, then, well, 1 obviously it's got a lot more color, but again, compared to 2, there's more color, there's more... It's still drab, of course, but look, there's bunting. Artemy never had fucking bunting. There's something more dreamlike about the town this time, and that suits Dankovsky perfectly. Hello, you little blighters. It's my prototype in their hands. They're not bashing it against the rocks, at least. Hey, Back off, you. Get away from the girls. And from me, too. I ain't afraid of Uncle Rowan when he boozes up, and I ain't afraid of you, neither. I've got a knife. You can't hurt us. Got it? Boozes up? What the hell are you talking about? I'm not drunk. Your hands are shaking, and you got those crazy eyes. Uncle Rowan gets those eyes, too, when he reaches for his second bottle and the shaking, and then he starts a fight. But I don't even think of starting any trouble with me. I got a real knife, I do. But just what the hell are you babbling about? And Jetchka's got one too. We all got knives. I am a scientist. I'm here to conduct breakthrough research, not to chase some mongrel and a bunch of kids after my suitcases, after the last drop of human dignity left in me. Let me calm down and then we'll talk. We're not going to calm down. It's hard for me to talk to people when I'm too apathetic or manic. I need to stabilize my condition first. Oh dear. My state of mind can be changed with drugs. Some make me more apathetic, others more manic. I need to keep an eye on my mental state and my supply of drugs. Nika gave this to me on the first day of university. The inscription reads, Ad multos annos. But I don't have any drugs. Do I? No, I've only got this, which I can't use. Is that fucking Clara? Is that Clara? Hold on. No, no, it's just a man in a hat. And 2 dead men at a train yard. I wonder who could possibly have done this. Can't interact with any of them though. Can only interact with the kids, and I don't have the right drugs for this. One of the worms is here though. Hello. Can't interact with you either. So to be clear, this is the demo, this is not the final thing. So there's a lot that is that we can't really fully interact with yet. We're just, you know, in the early phases. But yes, there's something a lot more festive about this, a lot more ornate. Admittedly, that the festivities are also providing invisible walls, but yeah, I can't get around those, can I? Oh, thank God for that.
Кинофильма замерла.
Okay, after taking a bunch of drugs, we're doing better. Nuh-uh, she's quiet, she's dead already. A dead heart keeps beating for 40 days, that's what my mum says. Couldn't have been dead for that long. Do it, tack it on. It won't fit in there, it just won't. Told you we should have stuck it in the belly, not the mouth. Life's in the belly, everybody knows that. No, the locomotive's life sits in the front with the driver. That's where the fire is, so that's where the heart should be too. That's what Boulder told me. What do you have there? Oh, my prototype. Looks like it's still intact. Well, let's be nice. You're Jachka, right? You're correct. The train's life is in its locomotion, which is housed in the front. Ah! Begone, vile snake! You killed the other trains, didn't you? It's 'cause of you they don't come to us no more. We were wondering, and we don't know why they keep dying. We've got a whole graveyard. They're all rusted up, and they can't go anywhere, and it's all because of you. You stole the train's heart for yourself and carried it away in a suitcase, and now, train's all dead. If the train stopped coming a long time ago, it can't be my fault. I have never been here before, and I'm not very good at stealing hearts. That's true, never seen him here before. So he steals hearts from the future then? You steal hearts from the future, mister? You said yourself that the train's heart is at the front. I rode in a carriage in the middle. How could I get to the heart then? Through the bowels, like all Menku do. You don't get to the heart through the bowels, my young friend. You'll hit quite a different body part first. Without it, the train stopped wailing, stopped moving too. That means it's dead. So this is its heart. Obvious, right? Well, it's a bit simplistic. Response to stimuli is just one characteristic of life. It's not exhaustive. What the others? Adaption. Before, trains came every week. Then it was every 2 weeks. Now it's every 2 months or even less. And they don't leave ever. They just lay there and wait. It's because of the war. No, it's because they don't love us no more. But if we heal this one, they'll love us again, and they'll come back and bring meringues. Look, my prototype is not the train's heart, and it certainly won't repair it. But it is an interesting thing in itself, so let's make a deal. You give it back, and I will tell you how it works. I don't know. And my genius, insufferable assistant will be in the tale. He could drive a saint into the grave with his rage-inducing adherence to details and thinly veiled political insinuations. And there will be corpses in the tale. A whole pile of them. These corpses, were they stabbed or strangled? The kin must never cut, they only strangle. So if they were stabbed, kin didn't do it. Look here, just let me take the prototype. I won't run away, I promise. To wind it up, you just need to turn this handle clockwise. Capital 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's Plague. Plague is here. Why is the Plague here? Why is the Plague here? Shit. I've been in morgues like this. This isn't good. Fuck me. Yeah, okay. Jeez. I guess I won't go then. Fucking hell. Oh dear.
Ходит птичка весело по тропинке бедствий, не предвидя от всего никаких последствий.
To prime it, hold this crank and turn it clockwise. Chief? Hello? Oh, for crying out loud. My mind's flown away again. Prime the... What now? This morgue is swimming in a gas leak from Lab 102. I heard the alarm. That's right, I pulled the alarm because of the chlorine from Lab 102. Anyway, the crank is stiff, so you'll have to turn it with some force. Platon, are you crazy? There's a gas leak. What did you call me in here for? We have to seal this morgue and quickly. No, Daniel, what we have to do is load the prototype you're fiddling with and use it to get into the morgue. A woman rose from the dead in there. And it will be, I think you'll agree, extremely frustrating if she dies again. We must get her out. Risen? Risen? From the dead? I was collecting tissue samples to determine the onset of rigor mortis when I heard a noise. I turned around and, holy smokes, a woman was sitting up on the gurney, stiff as a poker, rasp in her throat. I started towards her, but then I smelled the gas and I pulled the alarm lever. So, chlorine isn't known for bringing back the dead, but if the woman was brought back here by mistake alive, perhaps the gas could have irritated her mucous membranes enough to wake her. Chief, you're braiding another one of your chains of hypotheticals. We need practical observations. Pull out the patient, then write the monograph, not the other way around. Of course, you're right. Tell me, what should I do with this device? This prototype, I think you've called it? I already told you, but fine, let's go over it again. You're holding an experimental prototype meant to dissipate tuberculosis miasma. Remember the consumption task force? Kaufman, Gorski, Anna Stein? Of course I remember. In the wake of Bazen, they were commissioned to make a device to dissipate miasma, but I believe it was meant for something other than tuberculosis. This magnificent gizmo disperses an aerosol of disinfection. First, you load the prototype. There's bottles of solution in the beige cabinet. Best set it on the table while you load it. You can't do it while you're holding it. I wonder if this will work against chlorine. Though considering it was designed for mustard gas. Next, you wind the prototype up. To prime it, hold this crank here and turn it clockwise. The crank is stiff, right? So I have to turn it with some force. How did you guess? And then I just release the contents into the gas? Correct. Wind up the crank and then release. The gas should dissipate theoretically. Wind, release, dissipate. Repeat until you reach our resuscity. Just remember, the chlorine will keep coming while our supply of solution is finite. Just try to be as sufficient as possible, Chief. What of the deceased woman? Where is she now, and in what state? The formerly deceased woman, Chief. Before the gas became too thick to see through, she was sitting on a gurney in the opposite end of the morgue. From there, I know as little as you do. She may have gone back to being deceased. The chances are infinitesimal, but if we really are dealing with a spontaneous resurrection, and if we lose the patient, I'm going to commit some crime against humanity. Pneumatics with mechanical priming. Operating range is supposed to be decent. Need to spend fluid wisely. The more corridor is like a maze. One load is good for 20 uses. To load the prototype, I need a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. They should be here in those beige cabinets. Okay. Add the ingredients one by one at the setup. Heat it up. Heat, open valves, evaporate. Residue into the prototype. Should be enough for 20 uses. Toxin, stimulant, anesthetic. Load. Okay. Yeah, so this is interesting now, isn't it? We do get to see other parts of Thanatica. We do get to see more of the story. Very intriguing. Hold left click to charge, release when the pendulum stops. $19. $18. Fuck. 17. Shit. I fucked that up. 16. Why is the plague in here? I know they said it was chlorine gas, but I refuse to believe it. $14. Are you death? You have death's eyes. Is this fucking Grace? This looks like Grace. Of the eyes of a man who's just walked through 40 meters of poisonous gas without protective goggles. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. You can tell me everything you've seen in your posthumous visions later. We need to get you out of here at once. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. What does that mean? Means that when you die, there's neither life nor death, but something else entirely. Like a coin falling on its edge. Or a Mobius strip. You shouldn't concern yourself with such things, though. Can I have my prototype back? Take it. It spins all boring, clockwise only. Grandpa Simon has clocks that spin in every which way. Besides, the train's already dead. Couldn't save it in time. Grandpa Simon? You mean Simon Kain? I'm here to meet him, actually. We've only got one grandpa between us. What are those special clocks that he has? I'm sick of this game. Go away. We're going to play cat in an old hat. We've still got time before sunset. Wait. What about my microscope? I'll trade you another tail for it. We didn't take your microscope. Where is it then? If the prototype is my right hand and the microscope is my left, I can't collect data without it. The dogheads must have taken it. Kain and Notkin got a deal. All the wall spores get split down the middle. They don't care about arts, not in many of their... not in any of their many faces. Ooh, that's a sentence and a half. Why would they need another one? What's your kaleidoscope? Kaleidoscope? Fuck me. What does your microscope do? Is it live? A microscope is a metallic pipe fitted with mirrors. You use it to look at small objects and it makes them very large and detailed. Oh, a kaleidoscope. Promise I hadn't read this game before. This is blind, I promise. A kaleidoscope. Should look at the colourful town. You can do it like Capella. You know the word kaleidoscope? Ooh, and defenestration. Mr. Marek used it when Miriam threw Uncle Roan out a window. So as it stands, you passed my belongings along to some other gang, and I'll need to barter to get them back. Am I right? Kain must have given it to Capella as a gift. Nah, were you stupid? After what happened to the stained glass? No, Kain wouldn't give it to her. If it's something that changes things when you look through it, he must have given it to Grandpa Simon. Grandpa Simon loves things like that. Kain wouldn't give it to anyone, not before he looks at it himself, or after either. But he's honest, even if he's wicked. He'll give it back to the owner. If you find him in town, he'll deal fair. Okay, where can I find them? Well, if they brought your micro-kaleidoscope into the polyhedron, you won't see it again. No use looking there. Try the stairway to heaven. Dogheads like them. Think they look like the polyhedron. There's one right here in the mall. You know, after this conversation with its Capellas, Kains, polyhedrons, I'm beginning to see the shape of the world you live in. It sounds complicated, but can't be worse than human anatomy, can it? Interesting. The town gate. My microscope was allegedly taken there. It feels like a different season in the town. It doesn't feel... Pathologic 1 to me feels like a very drab, sort of deep autumnal. This feels a little bit more... well, a little bit more summery.
Кому повезет, у того и петух снесет.
Ah, would you look at that, a customer. Keep walking, customer. This shop's appointment only. And I don't recall your name on the list. Well, can you add me, then? Why add you when I could subtract? See those stiffs by the wagons? My friend the Ripper did that. Buzz off, pal. There's nothing more pathetic than a half-hearted threat. Boys, there's no need to fight over me. I'll remind you, I am married. We've got plenty of shops in town, but our warehousekeeper here can get it for you wholesale. Just look at the boots he snagged. Scarlet. They're pretty. Are they from the capital? From a coffin. Coffin's the best when you need a chest. A checkpoint guard wouldn't dare open it up out of respect. It's inhumane. Meanwhile, it's overflowing with 100 pairs of scarlet Saffiano leather boots, tax and duty-free. Saffiano leather. Those are bog-standard military-issue boots that have been tied wrong. Are you a tax inspector? I can't imagine a duller job. Keep your nose out of other people's coffins, then. Once someone goes in, who knows what happens? Maybe they never died, maybe they never existed at all. Indeed. Well, no one knows what happens to someone once they go into a coffin, but I intend to find out. Interesting. So that's Griff. Grief. I always call him Griff just because I think that was his name in game 1. But yes, I do feel that this is kind of like a lot more early autumn. This feels like August weather rather than the late September, kind of October of Patho 1 and 2.
Я и забыл, что мира так много.
Oh dear. I may have tapped a... I Harry Dubois a bin. I kicked a bin and now I'm slightly more manic. Wee...
Шум надоел.
My man just really likes to just... He really just needs to bat things. We stand an ADHD king. Is your bow? Is there here? The loading screens are intriguing to me in terms of where they're placed and how. It does make the world feel a little less big, I will say, but this is also a demo, so we'll see what happens. Hello, Herb Brights. Buha, my good little bull, blunt mouth, broad browed, please forgive us. You're silly, Arjay, and you always have been. He's returning to Bos Turok, to Bodo. We're leading him to the bosom of his mother and father. Why are you asking him for forgiveness? Because Bos Turok is dead, Aina. This little bull's whole life, he didn't know that the most beautiful creature, the immortal Bos Turok, was waiting for him. And now that he knows Bos Turok is dead, Buddha will find his father's silent corpse. How can we not pity him? Who died? Bos Turok, the father of all Katange people and bulls. We asked Suok to bring him back. You're the silly one, Aina. Suok didn't eat Bos Turok. How could she? He's bigger than her, stronger than her. The immortal can't be killed. He chooses death himself. We asked Bos Turok to change his mind and come back to us, his children. I'm not going to pick the lobster option. Is Bos Turok some kind of mythical creature? What happened exactly? Bos Turok is the father of all Katange, people, and bulls. Oh, how can I explain? We, her brides, walk barefoot so that we can always hear his heart. Tonight, it stopped beating. His children are afraid without their father, so we ask him to respond, but I feel he has died. A fang or a claw was thrust into him. I feel the wound bleeding. Rust has soaked into him. I feel the rot squelching underfoot. Quiet, both of you. You know nothing. Bos Turok can die only from gloom. We will cheer him up, feed him, and show him our joy. We will bring the last aurochs to his bosom. Then he will remember us and return to us. Clearly your Bos Turok is a mythology, but it must have some basis. I wonder what. Mother Bodo is a blind, loving mother, the warmth of the earth. But Bos Turok not only bore us, he watched over us. We lived under his watch. Now the town is without a beholder, as Kalag Kun. We are all blind worms now. Mugar, Bahad. A worm is a worm. A human is a human. A human is meant to see, to build. Look around, beholder. What do you see? That Simon Kain's immortality will most likely turn out to be superstitious nonsense too. You haven't looked closely. Go further, see our celebration. Look at the last aurochs. What do you see in all this? Tell Guga afterwards. I'm not going to pick the middle option. An aurochs is a big bull, right? I'll look whether I want to or not. I don't think I'll break the mirrors. Whoa, hello. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, 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 no. Not again. Such beautiful movements. They tied ribbons all over town and incense burns everywhere. Or is this just what the steppe smells like? My eyes touch you, beholder. I'd rather they didn't. It's plausible, anatomically speaking, but psychologically, I expect at least a decade of trauma. What did you see, beholder? I saw rot and plague miasma spreading from a carcass and a sanitation squad burning it with fire. That was tomorrow. That will be yesterday. Was the bull and the square some sort of parable? Was the bull and the square some sort of parable? They already explained it to me. They're taking it to Bos Turok for his entertainment. So you're a parrot as well as a worm. Birdies, birdies, gather ye here, around the marble nest. A reference, perhaps, to the future or the past. They already explained it to me. They're taking it to Bos Turok for his entertainment. Yes. Exhaustive. Symbolic? Tasteless. Too obvious. Symbolic. Thank you for your vision, beholder. You see more widely than others, and we will remember this. If you see something else unexpected, don't be afraid. It's just the eyes adjusting to our current place in time. Keep moving forward. It's a pity the Academy thinks otherwise. It's interesting that we do have the little waypoint icon now. It does. I'm not sure if I like a little waypoint icon. No, 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 no. How dare you? What the f... So you really don't want me to go that way, huh? We have to try it. No. There's more life to this version of the town in many ways. Like, there are people here, there's art, there's beauty. Which only makes it more sad when it inevitably fades, when all these people will die.
Разбитое не врет.
A corpse in a video game means so little, but it's just a puppet, you know, on a string. Virtual nothingness.
Вот и все.
Fuck these mirrors. But when it's a corpse of someone that feels like a person and not just a plaything, not just a doll, an object, then it feels more potent, more real. More important somehow. Oh dear, my wonderful tragedian and wonderful executor. And there you are, Mark. I was wondering where you'd gotten to.
Да.
Ah, there you are, finally. I thought you'd forgotten our agreement. I hope you're ready. Have you memorized your lines? Of course I did. I've always 2 or 3 lines ready in my mind, and I choose one for responding. I take no joy in seeing another player who likes to improvise your charges, but to read your lines and not invent them. Wait, is this really the guy? Looks about the same, but the outfit's all wrong. Did our guy wear a coat? His costume's more suited to an antagonist. Funny. Fashion advice from a man in a bird suit. Have you looked in a mirror lately? What delightful cheek. Never have I seen such arrogance all in one person. Sir, you are just what the doctor ordered. I am Mark Immortel, director of the local theatre. Pleased to meet you. And you are... Daniil Dankovsky, doctor, just arrived from the capital. Magnifico, you see, the actor we've been waiting an eternity for has decided to sabotage the rehearsal. You would do us a massive titanic favor by replacing him, even if just for a little while. Of course. I'd be delighted to. I've dreamed of acting on a stage since I was a little boy. What must I do? Ah, perfetto. It is simple, and indeed natural. You need only react to your colleagues' lines, and thus create a scene of unbearable dramatic tension. Our performance is quite simple. The main character has just arrived in a remote town and quite accidentally stumbled into a curious rehearsal in which his fate will be decided. Who knows, perhaps he'll die at the end. Seems like the performance has already started and I'll be dragged in against my will. Is that all you have to say? Why do you stare like that? I see it in his eyes. His mind is looking for a line to mumble. I'm beginning to recall why my acting career didn't pan out. I say we start the scene with a backhand across your face. I say, again, he is no leading man. He is unfit even to play a villain. At best a background player, a body, standing there to fill the stage. It is the Steppe's healer's son who ought to take the role, or that young girl who crawled part of her grave. They have such pathos and such verve. What does this one have? A coat! I love fucking iambic pentameter. I see you are awed by my coat. It is perfectly understandable, but envy is a low sentiment. Quod erat demonstratum. The coat is but a prop. Beneath it, who are you? A scientist, doctor, member of the Academy of Scientists, founder of the Theatrical Laboratory. And who are you? Who are you behind the mask? I am a walking shadow of the slain, a being of words and said, a spectre of regret. My, that's too pretentious by half, isn't it? And that is the heart of our play. Our main character, a doctor and a skeptic, encounters the unknown for the first time. He built his whole life around empiricism and scientific inquiry, but what will he do when death addresses him directly? But this isn't literal, right? A hero in a play speaking to death or the dead is usually a metaphor, an illustration of his thought process. Well, if that makes it easier for you, but you can say it's a metaphor, play it ambiguously, leave the audience guessing. But wait, I don't want to be a metaphor. I was promised I'd be the true voice of the dead. What kind of spoilsport ruins a play like this? I told you we couldn't hack it. That's it. I'm out. Metaphor. And you, I see, are never happy with anything. Sounds like a failed actor to me. Excuse me, Dankovsky, why are you insulting a colleague? I don't recall him making it personal, unlike you. That was hurtful, alright. I think we should stop here. What? He's been insulting me the whole time. Doesn't like my lines, doesn't like my coat. He wasn't insulting you, but your character. I thought you could tell the difference. I love LARP. I fucking love LARP. I would love to do a Pathologic LARP. I really would. I've done a Disco Elysium one. I helped run a fucking Disco Elysium one. Kind of. I'm a minor part of that team. But, like, goddamn, I would love a Pathologic LARP so much. Sorry. Sorry, I got carried away. Give me the mirror. Fuck you. Ah, Microsoft Paint Cat. Hello. Are you gonna try and go for the Disco Elysium LARP, the 97 Poets of Revachol? It's really fucking good. I played it for the first time a few years, like a year back, and I can't get it out of my brain. It's too... Nope. They're not gonna let me in. Fine. I can't get to that mirror. 97 Poets of the Revachol is really good. My beloved Codex entry has found a LARP somewhere in the US which is inspired in part by Pathologic. I really want to play that, but you know, it's not as if I can get to the US right now, but I can make do. I can make do. If you could travel through time, would you go to the future or the past? The past. 10 years ago, maybe. When everything could still have been prevented. Grandpa Simon used to say that days are like hopscotch. Usually they go one after the other, but sometimes there's two side by side, and sometimes you have to jump backwards. Does Simon Kain know many games? He's the only grown-up who gets games. Everyone thinks they're just silly things of kids, just running around or scoring a point. But his grandpa Simon knows how games should be. I bet even he could enter the polyhedron. How should games be? If you went into the polyhedron, you'd understand. Fine. Whatever that thing is, I've been told I'll never see inside it. My place is with earthly matters, apparently. Answer me. Did you steal my microscope? I did, yeah, but I gave it to Phil. He's over there on the stairway. How do those stairs stand without support? They stand like the polyhedron does. You keep bringing up this polyhedron. Well, whatever sort of creature it is, it can wait until later. Beetle. Fuck these mirrors.
Не бывает.
I hate mirrors for some reason. I assume that the mirrors are the shards that you can collect and they let you go back to the past. I do agree, a Pathologic LARP would be intensely fun. I also feel that Pathologic itself is very LARP adjacent. The theatricality of it, the degree of meta of it being a theater stage as well as a performance as well as a game. the anachronisms of it. There's a lot of LARP coding. European LARP is specifically, I think. Well, I mean, my idea of European LARP. Content LARP. Well, what is it? Can you see the future? Let me look too. Gimme, gimme. Wait your turn, Pipsqueak. Just let me take one look and then give it back. There's a bunch of bugs and little hairs. Doesn't look like much of a future. Why are you using your dog's eye to look? You're not an animal, you know. Yeah, but an animal might see further, though. Sorry to interrupt, but you should either play pretend as dogs or astronomers. Doing both at once is a bit overboard, stylistically speaking. Oh, it's you. Hey, your thingy-majig's busted. It doesn't show anything, just some bugs and weird little hairs. Maybe that is the future. Like in many, many years, nothing will remain of us on Earth but bugs and hair. It's very sad if you think about it. It only shows bugs and hairs because you are pointing it at bugs and hairs. See all that different glass pieces inside? Glass like this shows the future when you look through it. Everyone knows that. Grandpa Simon loved making all sorts of things with glass. I only seen thingy-majigs at his place. Why'd you steal from Grandpa Simon, you bastard? That's why we stole it back from you. It's called justice. You know Simon Kain? I've come here to see him. What, you don't know, mister? He doesn't know. Spit it out, you monster. Where'd you get this thingy-majig from? What did you do to Simon? It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it? I was on my way to go visit Simon, and I'd already be there if it weren't for you. Please give me back the microscope. It's a very delicate instrument. What is... Please, calm down, boy. Please don't shout. What is going on? What don't I know? Just give him back the thingy-majig and let him go on his merry way. It's broken anyhow. Can't see the future at all. No, 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 no. Grandpa Simon taught us what doesn't take effort doesn't deserve effort. If we just give him back the thingy-majig, there's no effort in that. I can give you the cuff on a head for it. Would that be enough effort? What did you just say? Say that again? Calm down, Pipsqueak. Don't get angry. He's not from around here is all. Doesn't know the rules yet. Hey, mister, you're new here. We'll let it slip this time. But you should know, you can't mess with kids around here. And you definitely can't hit them. If you do, just try it. We'll kill you. What a fearsome little girl. Okay, sorry, I was only joking. Just give me back my microscope. Please. What's that shiny thing hanging off that chain? Show it to us. Oh, a watch. Pretty. Let's make a deal. You give us the watch, and we'll give you back your thingy-majig. Just show how it works, will you? We're still curious. First, the trade. The watch for the thing of... I mean for the microscope. Then I'll show you. Should think how much sand and mud got into its delicates. Put it down slowly and 3 steps back. Why can't I trade with them? Okay, the trade window. Trade. The capital 2 weeks ago. Just take a look around this place again. This is familiar. It's the same lab from when they designed it before. The same patterns, the same arithmetic, the same formulas. I can't really do anything with it yet, though.
При вертазе надо опыт повторить. В 4-й серии точно с температурой ошиблись.
Please. Just hold on a little longer. Hey, Chalvel. Thank you. Much love to you guys too. I hope everyone's having a happy Halloween. Let's just make sure everything's all going okay. Wonderful. Please, hold on a little longer. Even after the inhalation therapy, the swelling won't go down immediately. Chief, finally. Where have you been? The woman you rescued for the morgue is conscious, but she might not stay that way. She's still very weak. The burden of leadership. You owe something to everyone, and everyone will find you at fault. It's good to see you too, Seraphima. Step aside with me for a moment, Chief. I checked the morgue records. The body matching her description was declared dead last night. It could be a coroner's oversight or a bureaucratic error. People make mistakes all the time. This doesn't prove anything. I'm not claiming that it does, but imagine for a second. No, let's stick to the facts. I spoke to the orderly on duty last night. He also claimed our subject showed no signs of life, and Platon himself was there when she woke up. When I reached this woman through the poisonous fog, she herself insisted that she had died. It's not proof, but she must have had some reason to think it. We can't miss this opportunity. Unfortunately, this subject is having trouble speaking. All that time in the gas has weakened her voice. I've rinsed her mucous membranes, performed inhalation therapy, but we can't conduct an extensive interview. It's a shame. A first-hand account could point us in the right direction. There's always a physical examination, or taking a sample, or an examination of her personal belongings. She came to the morgue with some items, though I haven't had a chance to go through them myself. I left them on the table by the back entrance. Will you take a look, Chief? Perhaps there's a clue. Ma'am, would you allow us to examine your things? Okay. Hello. Do you remember me? I'm Bachelor of Medicine Daniel Dankovsky, head of the Theatrical Laboratory. Last night, I saved you from the site of a serious gas leak. The man with death's eyes. My eyes were affected the gas just as yours were, but at least you remember something. I died. Tunnel after tunnel. Please. Remain calm. Before we can be sure of anything, I need to examine you. Skin here is seriously damaged. I suspect it's due to the contact with the gas. Likely the same with the red eyes and mucosal burns. Pale and gaunt, looks exhausted. I should take a blood sample. Still damaged skin. Bruising from repeated injections. The consequences of attempted resurrection. Bruising, redness, rough injection. It seems like she had an allergic reaction. Breathing is a bit easier, but talking is still difficult. I hope your blood test will tell us something. Disease affects various bodily systems. The microscope helps identify which organ. Tissue samples are placed on glass slides. An assistant ensures that the slides are sufficiently supplied. I can't really take much else in the way of sampling, can I? Very well. I found them. What do I do now? Okay. Oh, there we go. It's both the it's both the WSAD and the mouse wheel. Okay, that's a little bit trickier than I thought it was going to be, but that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, focusing. This I really quite like. This does actually make the Bachelor feel a lot more like a researcher rather than, you know, running around the town in the way that Artemy does. Lazarus's personal effects from the morgue. Morphine, tourniquet, papers. 2 rings, obviously a pair. One would be too big for her. Herbs, not a bouquet, but it looks medicinal. Let's have a look at the herbs. Self-medication with folk remedy. Papers. Consent form for the experimental treatment at our institute. Morphine, tourniquet. Chronic morphine addict or suffer from long-term pain. 2 rings. Husband left and took off the wedding ring? Or maybe the husband's also dead. But still, that would make no sense. Together with the examination and test, the picture is more or less complete. A miraculously resurrected woman has the late stage leukemia and injection marks on her body. Morphine overdose? Addicted from palliative treatment for the pain? Colleagues thought she was beyond saving. Apparent death, reaction to the experimental drug. Lab got scared, didn't sort it out. Paired rings. Suicide attempt, unrequited love. Seraphim awaits, and our subject needs rest. Time to come up with a diagnosis, even if it is preliminary.
Это если условия создадут. А в таких условиях, как у нас, хорошо только пенициллин выдумывать.
So, Chief, have you shed any light on the case? I'm loath to jump to conclusions, but could the Nautica have discovered some genuine phenomena? She's on trial for a new drug. I'm not sure if our colleagues will disclose their experiment, but I put money on anaphylaxis. Acute allergic reaction, you end up in the morgue. The rings among her belongings, a suicide attempt, a terminal illness. Swinging from one extreme to the other, from self-treatment to turning to our institute. We don't know what medication she took and how they might have interacted with each other. I suppose so, but how do we explain the most astonishing part, the resurrection? Why did a gas leak revive the subject? Did you... No. I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. We may need to strip the 2 different laboratories down to the baseboards. The one where the subject was supposed death occurred, and the one with the gas leak. We can use a chemical analyzer to see what might have reacted. So you think it was a mistake? The subject ended up in the morgue due to negligence. She wasn't actually dead yet, and by coincidence, an unaccounted for factor revived her. It's that disappointment I hear. It's unjustified. For example, adrenaline as an emergency tool is extremely promising from a scientific point of view. This research will one day bear fruit. So does that mean she wasn't dead after all? So the thing I really like about these flashbacks is that, again, it feels almost similar to LARP black box scenes. I love this. And all the others we tried to find too. As of right now, spontaneous resurrection appears to be nothing but fiction. Then what's your microscope even for? Doesn't show the future, doesn't raise the dead. It's just a toy, really. A breakthrough can't happen in one single movement. It takes a sustained effort. Every step feels small at first, but we'll learn to resurrect the dead one day. Alright. If we can't see this future in that glass, then we're off. We've got important things to do, after all. As do I. I'll leave my things at the temporary lodgings, then head to the Crucible to see Simon. You bastards. No. Fuck you.
Сидит дома, ждет, считает минуты.
Enough. Why are you drowning me in details, bachelor? Street kid stealing your microscope is an amusing anecdote, but it's not the crime we sat down to discuss 2 hours ago. 2 hours and 15 minutes ago, to be exact. Focus. I'm only interested in what's important. How am I supposed to know, Inspector, what you deem important and what you don't? You know what I especially dislike? When an obviously intelligent man feigns foolishness to derail an investigation. I'm offended and embarrassed for you. We both know you're not a fool. Stop wasting my time and your own. I just wanted to recount everything in order, from beginning to end. The beginning doesn't interest me. My concern is the ending, the result, the finale. As for your backstory, your genesis, all of that is in the case file. Shall we review it? Yes, please. I'm quite curious as to what this all contains. Let's see. Where was it? Ah, yes. The ministerial inspection of your lab, Thanatica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as clear evidence that Thanatica's work had potential. I did not flee. Let's set your fantasies aside for a moment. The important part is that you fled from the investigation. And this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional on site. Accurate so far? Well, not inaccurate, but the devil is in the details. You appear to be setting a trap. On the third day, the town's ledgers had gathered in the town hall. Ledgers? Leaders. Fuck me. That was very close. On the third day, the town's leaders gathered in the town hall to form an emergency command to fight the epidemic. And what was Daniil Dankovsky, who was, I repeat, the only qualified specialist in town, doing that day? What's that? Your lip is trembling. Did I unsettle you? Your tricks won't work on me. You're right to feel ashamed. Instead of fulfilling your Hippocratic oath and leading the fight against the plague, you were engaged in... what? Come on, don't look at the table. My eyes are up here. I know where you're going with this, Inspector. It says I tried to flee the town. On the fourth day, the town lost its water supply. They required a hospital, but the one person who could set it up... What was he doing? Tell me, Dankovsky, where did you spend the fourth and fifth days? In a jail cell. That's what your papers say, right? Come the evening of the fourth day, the doctor from the capital attempts to flee the dying town on a cargo train like a rat. He is caught and jailed, and there he remains as the plague ravages the town. I admit I find even the act of reading about it repugnant. I won't lie, I considered escape. Escape, not flight. Theatrica was in the process of being destroyed back in the capital. You considered escape to avoid facing a painful truth. When I came to the town, I found that Simon Kain, the immortal man on whom I pinned all my hopes, was dead. He died under mysterious circumstances a few hours before my arrival. But when the epidemic began, you could have saved others. You're a doctor, you swore an oath. Why did you abandon the ordinary townsfolk? Simon Kane's nature, the mystery of his immortality and death, that's the most important thing that happened in this little town. And to me, but I can't just relay it to you. To understand, one must immerse themselves in the details, take in the full picture. Simon Kane's death is the primary concern, not the deaths of tens of thousands, but one fantastical old man. My, Bachelor, my. No, you're twisting it. You're rewriting the past. Where did I lie exactly? Point it out. I'll tell you what really happened. The third day at the town hall. No, I know your plan. Once again, you will drown me on unnecessary details. Leave aside your stories of children and microscopes. I told you. I'm interested in the ending, not the beginning. Do you also read books backwards? You will recount everything in whatever order I tell you to. On the 6th day, the plague destroyed the town. So, if you would be so kind, explain to me, what were you doing on the 5th day? Were you really so indifferent to the plights of people around you? The town couldn't perish on the 6th day. I was there for 12. There's an error in your report. You disappoint me, Bachelor. I'll ask again. On the 5th day in the town, what were you doing? 5th day. Let me think. Interesting, eh? So, let's continue. I understand. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Oh, they fucking arrested me. Oh, they took my fucking kidneys. Oh no, the big city immersive theatre and fourth wall breaking gimmicks have infiltrated this place as well. One aspect of progress I'd hope to escape. Lost the microscope, impossible geometry, got the microscope. Okay. So, interesting. So this is kind of doing a lot more different literature and theatre, you know? Pathologic has always been a very literary focused game and got a lot of literary inspiration. This is a lot more on leaning into the absurdism in a way that I actually really quite like. And I don't mean that in a pejorative, I mean that in a... We've gone a little bit into, well, Camus, you know? Like, actually Camus, The Plague. That's what I mean by absurdism. Riddle me this. What place is an entrance but no exit? A grave, a jail, this ill-fated fucking town, a grave. All your efforts were in vain. You came for immortal, but the immortal is dead. You're a doctor, a lifesaver, and yet tomorrow the town will die of plague. You just tried to save Theatricality, but the powers that be will destroy it in a month. You're lying in a jail cot. I hardly remember why. Everything's a blur. An immortal man was your last chance to validate your research, and without him it's all just delusion. Do you deserve this? I'd say I've fallen ill, but Unfortunately, I'm a doctor. You deserve this talentless, naive idiot. All of your actions are futile. All of your actions are harmful. This wretched town drains your strength drop by drop. You can't fight any longer. You don't want to. With every moment, you sink deeper into apathy. Thank you, Sky. Yeah, Goggle is what I really should have had in my brain, and I just completely blanked on the fucking name. Yeah, what is the name of this literary genre? There's a thing that I'm thinking of, and I cannot think and also talk and also play a game at the same time because I am, in fact, extremely stupid. Lie down. Forget everything. Just fall into a deep sleep. Is the local herbs blooming, or have you finally cracked, Dankovsky? Your legs barely stir. Each movement takes effort. Will it be like this always? The strength always dwindles. The death of the spirit is the first death, and it's already taken you. But even apathy can be fought against. This despair isn't yours, I swear. It's the local herbs messing with your head. You can invigorate your thoughts. You need to take something. Medication, coffee, tobacco, just any fucking stimulant will work. Splash your face with cold water. Kick a trash can. Fuck it, it'll help. In Maine here, you're sharp and fierce. It's the only way to save the day. Better to wind up into mania than struggle on like this. The town will sap your will. It'll lull you to sleep. But you won't succumb to this false tranquility. We will discuss the harmful side effects of stimulants on our health another fucking day. Hey, you there, let me out already. Well, that worked. Capella, daughter of Fat Vlad Olkinsky, the local magnate and master of the town's industry. Blood of his blood. Local kids named her Capella for her ability to point out the celestial map of the night sky. I heard she holds some inexplicable power of the town, but I dismissed it, and that was a mistake.
Если бы только прожить еще год. Целый огромный год.
Out, living soul. You keep me caged like a dog all night. Now you acknowledge I have a soul. Who are you? I am a mistress. Well, a future mistress. But I think that you will agree that the future and the past are relative concepts. Mistress of what? Ceremonies, puppets, the Copper Mountain? Aren't you a bit short to be... Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? Are you a bit short to be a mistress? How old are you? 14? 16? Future mistress, but my father can order 100 men into the Gorgon to drown. And they will do it too, since otherwise they'd starve. So people do listen to me. That's hardly something to be proud of. I want to help you. How are you feeling? I don't have the plague, if that's what you mean. I can see that. You can step out of that cage. Just like that. Just like that. When you go up the stairs, you'll understand why. But first, I need to know one more thing. Why did you come to our town? It wasn't my idea. I was invited with a letter. I agreed in the hope that living proof of immortality would save Thanatica, and when I got here, an outbreak occurred. Odd coincidence, isn't it? I don't believe in coincidences. They're the only thing I do believe in. So what are you going to do now? I've been trapped inside this box, but I know what is outside. An outbreak. Death. And death, even in the guise of a mundane germ, is my enemy. Therefore, I will do my job. You're a brave man. But perhaps it's all connected. Immortality and a deadly disease. That is possible. You know, Bachelor, my father envied Simon, and Maria Kain will always be my enemy, so there's no love lost between my families. And yet I must help you. I don't want to, I must. Otherwise the town will suffer. That's why I came here early and waited 4 hours until you decided to wake up. You could have knocked on the door yourself. I know where to find the last person who saw Simon alive. His name is Stach Rubin. I've heard about him. He's a colleague of mine, one of few around here. You haven't just heard about him. Oh, sorry. You haven't just heard about him. You've worked with him. Or you will. I'm not quite sure. No, I'm positive I've never worked with him. He's a doctor. He has a hideout here in the warehouses. Just look for him there. How do you know where his hideout is? The way you say it doesn't sound like much of a secret. I'm not just a mistress. I'm Vlad Olgimsky's daughter. My father owns half the houses, and very nearly all the people in this town, and the warehouses, and the ground under this jail. Fine. I'm in no position to turn this down. But you won't be able to go there right now. While I was waiting for you, something bad happened. Something bad? When you go up those steps, you'll see. Mother said that a true mistress stands out by her timing, and yet here I am, right place but too late. Maybe I'll never become a true mistress. Don't you dare cry. I can't stand tears. Your hint helped a lot, you hear? Oh, you. The Sabarovs are the low-bearing bones of the town, hard-drying colours compared to the other two ruling families. Order rested upon them. When I arrived, Governor Sabarov pinned all his hopes on me and hated me for it. He thought the star from the capital would show the Kains and the Olgimskys how dangerous overreaching ambitions could be. Alas, that star proved to be another dreamer. So, let's see. Inspector General. Thank you, Sky. Inspector General is the one that it's been in the back of my mind and it's been on the tip of my fucking tongue the whole time, and I've just... I need to reread that. Because it has been actually years since I've read much Gorky, and I have forgotten so much. So. Fine. Let's have a look then. Network Simulator. I don't know what... I wonder what this is then. Anyway. Dankovsky. Before you ask, I allowed the girl in. She is Olgimsky's daughter, and she interceded on your behalf. But even if she hadn't, I wouldn't have kept you here. You threw me behind bars yesterday. Now today you're already setting me free? What a merciful tyrant you are. What were you detained for? Lapses in memory. Let me see your pupils. Don't worry, I'm a doctor. You committed the most heinous crime a doctor can commit. You tried to abandon your patients, to flee the town and save your sorry hide. Again, I'm being accused of who knows what without evidence. I figured it all out. Or would you claim you went to the railway station to watch the birds? That's none of your business, actually. Whatever happened yesterday is beyond reach. Today, the plague has reached the backbone. Behind the thin walls of this building, death rages. We've boarded up doors and windows, but the plague's fumes are seeping in. You and I, we have mere hours left. And now we are both trapped. Is it not ironic? Admitted. You knew that this might happen and were keeping me close out of fear for your own life. I was afraid yesterday, yes, but not today, and we are done discussing that. And yet here you accuse me of cowardice and egoism. There have been cases of criminals surviving the sacking of a besieged city in prisons. A prison is also a fortress, but our fortress lacks food and water. Outside, we are presumed dead. Know this, Dankovsky. I wanted to punish your cowardice, that much is true, but I did not want you dead, and I am sorry. Lucky for me, I don't plan on dying. 2 days ago, a decree was issued declaring all people in infected districts to be presumed dead, not to be rescued unless they call for help with signal bonfires. A folly. Without a protective suit, you can't venture into the miasma, let alone light the fires, so officially you and I are dead. To get help, we need to light the bonfires. We should organize a sortie. A decree was issued, you say, but whoever wields that power, right? Tell it to me straight. You issued an inhumane rule, never expecting to be its victim. I did not issue that decree, nor did you, though everyone pinned their hopes on you at first. You have no moral right to condemn the decisions of those who at least tried to act. Fine, I'll deal with this later, but for us to be let out, someone has to venture outside, right? I am ready to volunteer. The miasma already seeps into the rooms of the town hall, and you want to open the front door? No, the only chance is to barricade ourselves in and pray for a miracle. I have a device, a prototype. It disperses miasma. With it, I can go through the infected district. A device? Yes, the one you confiscated along with all my belongings, including the medicine, by the way. No, your gadgets from the capital are just as unreliable as you. I won't unlock the main entrance, risking contamination of the town hall just because of your novelty lighter. At the beginning you said you weren't going to hold me. Who's breaking their promises now? I can't take that risk. I have an idea. You mentioned that the plague is already seeping into the town hall. Where? The far room. We've locked it already. Give me the prototype back. I will clear the contamination in the far room and prove to you that my device works. Fine. Your device should also be in the main hall. Confiscated items are also there on the counter. No one has disturbed them. Take them. After that, they'll unlock the far room for you. But if you fail to clear the miasma there, you won't be let out. Glad you've listened to reason. Okay. I'm begging you. Please tell them to open the doors. They've locked everything. We're trapped here. Are you completely out of your mind? Use your head. Do you really think they locked the doors just out of boredom? You see what's going on out there? It's like Sodom and Mara Shabnock on her clay eggs. My friend got stuck outside. We were together. I managed to slip in here, but he... What kind of friend are you, leaving him out there like that? He's done for. Forget it. You don't have a friend anymore. And the district is doomed too. There's a plague mist everywhere. No air to breathe. We are doomed as well. Plague and simple. Stop. Why is everyone standing around like nothing's happened? Why is no one taking any measures? These are the measures. Quarantine dictates that infected districts need to be sealed off, and that's how we got here. Whoever came up with these measures is a real idiot. They've sealed themselves out in the town hall with that decree. We're cut off from everything, all doors are closed. They've walled us in and left us for dead. And who is this genius? Who's in charge of the quarantine? Someone is. Anybody is at this point, really. Cut the head off a chicken, it would still be doing a better job than handling this. It seemed old Gimsky Jr. was... COVID. Seemed old Gimsky Jr. was making decisions at first. It was either a vaccine, then some big bug started issuing those ridiculous decrees. Isn't there a doctor from the capital here? Isn't he overseeing the emergency committee? I heard that the doctor chickened out and tried to flee the town. You said there was a vaccine. It just doesn't look like it, judging by the view outside. It's all because of the doctor. That big city swine only thought of himself, and as soon as there was a hint of plague, he dashed off like a jabber. I feel sorry for him. At a human level, I really got it. I'd run too if I could. But it's too late now. My only regret. Who's gonna water Miss Zoya now? Who is Miss Zoya? It's a poppy plant. My beauty. She recently bloomed bright red flowers. They're strikingly pretty. Now she'll wither. Poor thing. The town is on the brink of extinction and you're worried about a potted plant. I feel sorry for everyone. So what? Is it Miss Zoya's fault? I should have watered her when I went out today. If I don't make it out, promise me you'll water her for me, okay? She needs watering every day, just a little, but it has to be done. Sure, I promise. This is a terrible idea. Miasma prototype needs to be done frequently, but it also helps against sandpest. The longer the valve stays open, the stronger the effect, but it needs to be topped up frequently. It consumes only one use of its fluid, regardless of how long it's charged. Top it up frequently, but I don't have my supplies from the capital on hand. I'll have to improvise. Maybe I can use local materials instead of the reagents I use in the capital. It's not worth using valuable medicine for this. I'll have to improvise. I need a stimulant, an anesthetic, a toxin. The rest I have in the still water. A stimulant. Ox bile. In the town of Bulls, it shouldn't be hard to find a bottle of bile. A toxin. I'm not sure if belladonna grows in these parts, but boxes of blue pills were made from it are surely available here. And an anesthetic. Even in such a backwater place, I should at least find some Novocaine. I'll try to barter or steal a couple of vials. To prevent the prototype from becoming useless scrap, I need to keep a supply of ox bile, Novocaine, and belladonna. I've successfully drawn the ire of the powers that be. Surely I'm able to handle the sandpest as well. 20. Well, it looks a fucking mess in there. We're gonna go there later. Vlad? Vladislav Olgimsky, son of Vladislav Olgimsky, the factory owner, heir to one of the three ruling families. One could imagine the autonomy he enjoyed living under his father's shadow. He thought his father's power could be gently modernized through reform. He kept up with contemporary thinkers. He had faith in progress, and his reward, the dirtiest of tasks, fell to him.
В кои-то веки удалось коту с печки спрыгнуть. И то лапки отшиб.
What options does the town have when there's no vaccine or cure? When there's neither a hospital nor doctors? Isolation and quarantine are our only tools to slow the plague spread. Hold on. Are you the one who issued the decree not to rescue people from infected districts? Everyone is saying I acted as Isidore Burak did 5 years ago. They can think what they want, but they're remembering it wrong. My measures were not so harsh. Isidore Burak sealed the plague districts with no chance of escape. I, at least, told the orderlies to keep an eye out for bonfires, to give those trapped behind the cordons a chance. I understand the logic behind it, but the measures should be granular, not district-wide. And why bonfires? What do they guarantee, pray tell? An infected man could light one just as well. It's a primeval belief, some might say. She can't tolerate fire. She's either afraid of it or in contrast drawn to it like a moth. I found this symbolic. Please keep in mind our orderlies are simple folk. They need a convincing omen to compel them into plague fumes. Convincing to them, not to you or I. She can't tolerate fire. You mean the plague? Sarcasm is unwarranted. The plague feels alive even to me sometimes, let alone the orderlies. If you'd spend any time with us, you'd understand. And I was just beginning to respect you. Be that as it may, the Third day, we realized the scale of the catastrophe. The town needed saving, and I was ready to propose concrete measures. And here we are. I will soon pay for my life with my actions. More like your father's actions. Surely it was he who placed you in this prestigious position. I will soon pay for my life with my actions, as will you for your inaction. I'm not a proud man, Dankovsky. 2 days ago, I waited for you at the Emergency Epidemic Committee meeting. If you wished to take matters into your own hands, I would have not stood in your way, but you simply didn't show up. Forgive me. I tend to forget that when I am not there, grown men cannot even lift a spoon to feed themselves. No. You're a brave man, Vlad. You actually tried to do something, and I won't let you die.
Вчера была удачная ночь.
What's that smell? The smell of science. Your contraption works. Let's assume as much. Is it enough to traverse the infected district? Well, if it's not enough, I won't be knocking on your door to be let back in. You have my word I won't endanger you. Fine, let's assume that too. Listen up. You need to make it to the southern exit of the district. It's guarded by orderlies. The other exits are either sealed off or being guarded by vigilantes. Best avoided. By vigilantes, you mean a mob armed with sharp sticks driven mad by fear? Got it. But first, you need to light several bonfires. More than one. That's important. Again with the bonfires. Ugh, I'll just tell the orderlies that there are living people trapped in the district. I'll be standing in front of them as living proof. I've said it already. This is how it's been since the first outbreak 5 years ago. If there are fires burning in an area, that means there are still survivors, still able-bodied and healthy. Only those are worth saving. We were ordered to not bother with small pockets of doomed people. But you're suggesting I light all these fires by myself to deceive your own system. It's not my system. We issued the decree in haste and panic. If I survive, I will overturn it. If we survive, I will be the one issuing decrees. There we go.
Никогда не один. Всюду вещи.
Matches. Okay. I see you. Corpses everywhere. There's something about the artistic design of this new one that is different from Patho 2, certainly. It feels like it is, of course, the design of it is less survival aspect of the survival horror. And the aesthetics are, of course, changed as well. I think that some of these aesthetic decisions are going to be controversial, because I do agree that a lot of the characters look brighter somehow, and I don't think that it's because the character models are that much different. The comments about, yeah, the Mark Immortal looks like he's had plastic surgery, I understand why that looks like that's the case. I don't think it's that. I think it's that the lighting is different. So the lighting in Pathologic 2 was a different type of stage lighting. The lighting, shit. The lighting that we have here is a different kind of stage. It's aiming to do a different thing. It's presenting. Sweet. It's aiming to do it in a different way. Because this is...
Слишком у вас нервы натянуты.
Because this is kind of... I really need to get some more theatre people to have a look at this. Because I'm trying to... I don't think I have enough theatre knowledge to know the words to articulate what I think this is trying to do. Because what I think it's trying to do is rather different. The style is less oppressive, certainly. The style is much more... In some ways, it's a lot brighter. It's a less... the vibe is less immediately depressed and much more... It's a little bit zany at times, actually. It's a little bit more... It's a new experiment that we're running here. It's a new experiment and a new iteration of the game. I don't think there's a way past this one. Yeah, get fucked, mate. Oh, fuck. Okay. There's a lot more of the focus on the children. Like the Bachelor can interact with the children's objects, the playgrounds, the swings, which I assume is going to mean that's a lot more tied to, you know, the powers that be and the meta narrative. This is the theatricality and the slightly fucking gay theatricality alongside the terminal rot and the pain. And I mean, isn't that kind of the definition of camp in some ways? Okay, okay. Okay, the depression is getting really bad, so I need to get out of here.
А в Танатике было тихо.
He's alive! Boys, there's someone alive here! It's not the first time people are surprised to see me, but Bachelor Dankovsky does not die so easily. And who are you? The only qualified doctor in this benighted town. We're only doing our jobs. The decree is simple. No fires, no entry. People can be saved only if the bonfires are lit in the district, otherwise it means they're all dead. Open your eyes, the bonfires are lit. Wait, really? Let me count them again. 1 fire, 2 fire, 3 fire... 5. Boys, survivors in the backbone. Well then, clear the exit of the district. Escort people from the fire to fire. Do not deviate from the route. So you're just scared of being in the infected quarter without the fires burning? I see. Olgimsky Jr. is craftier than I thought. It's right terrifying to go in there, but can't be helped. Orders are orders. And you, survivor, why are you still standing there? Get on out to the clean district since you managed to walk all the way here. And yet, your orders are a dangerous folly. Light the fires and that's it. You can't even test me for infection. I suppose we'll have to deal with this later. Okay. So I can't go to Georgie. I've got only one route I can do then. Isidore. To Isidore we go. I don't know if I like this mechanic in terms of not walking the town myself directly. I don't like the fast travel because I feel it takes you out of the boots on the ground of the town. But then again, that is kind of Dankovsky's deal. He's not the man of the town.
Stay hydrated.
Thank you. Oof, I need this. The prototype can slow her down, the bonfires can slow her down, but she cannot be stopped. There she is. A strange little ragamuffin with hypnotic eyes. Simpletons claim that she can heal with the laying of hands. They also say that she is Shabnak's sister and a harbinger of death. The vicissitudes of fame. I saw Clara in remote places no one else could reach, and at times it was as if she were 2 places at once. Some vast presence lurks in her shadow. Who is she? You done humming? Stop. Look into my eyes. Don't move. Don't even turn your head. She won't touch you as long as there's a thread between us. Cover your nose and your mouth with your scarf and leave this district at once, girl. It's dangerous here. Do you need me to show you the way? Cover your nose and your mouth with your scarf and leave this district at once, mister. It's dangerous here. Do you hear how dumb you sound? Do you think I'm blind, that I can't tell where I am? You need my protection, not the other way around. Look into my eyes, you idiot! Who are you? Clara, and I'm the one who's going to save this town from the plague, 'cause you don't have the first clue about it. Your head's a cardboard prison, but still I pity you, such as you are. Here, let me help you. You'll save this town from the plague? With the laying of hands, I hope, as pigs fly overhead. Yes. So you've heard about me. Thank God someone has. Look into my eyes. I am going to help you. You have nothing to fear from her, and I'm going to teach you not to fear her either. Who's she? Shabna. You know, that bony monstrosity you don't believe in. That one that's making your hands shake right now. My hands aren't shaking, no part of me is. Why are you so ashamed of your fear? Only morons are afraid of nothing. Of course, it would be best if you could just laugh at her, but you don't have the guts for that. You're way too serious. Too serious? Alright, here's a serious question then. What do you think I'm seeing? Shabnak is the plague's body. The earth spits her out every few years, so she might walk through the town and cleanse it of corruption, of wicked thoughts, of weak people. Everyone believes in something different on that front. Why, you, with your head of solid oak wood, can see her as a very interesting question. Most people like you are completely blind. What ripped that hole in you, I wonder? It's just nervous exhaustion, making me imagine a creature of local myth. Maybe so. Either way, she won't stop stalking you, whether you believe in her or not. She likes you. I can tell from a mile away. But I'll teach you how to handle her. Take notes, scholar. Had I a notebook on me, I'd have gotten it out already, if only to emphasize how absurd this entire situation is. Rule number 1 is you gotta have fun. You're no adversary for her. Your little revolver won't shoot her. Your little knife won't stab her. Can't stab a fairy tale, can you? And why would you even have a knife anyway? So all you can do is run. Fair enough. Fighting a hallucination is like tilting at windmills. Yes, exactly. Keep thinking that. Good scholar. And the prototype. What prototype? I have an experimental device. Prototype that's capable of dispersing plague miasma. Let's say this vision, let's say it manifests as some kind of especially dense cloud of sandpest. If I shoot at it, I'll dissipate it, which means the prototype can kill this Shabnak. There's no way your little device can kill a Shabnak. Neither bone nor metal can strike her down. Everyone knows that. How about compressed air and atomized particles of bile and belladonna? Do your myths say anything about pneumatic weapons? Thought not. They say a sigh from boss to rock can stop her for a short while. When he sighs, she walks on tiptoe, careful not to wake him. If you exhale the right way, it will probably slow her down. Shots from the prototype dispel the fog and all those dangerous whirls, clouds, and traps. If your so-called Shabnak truly is the plague, she will be affected as well. You believe that the inventions of your science can defeat the ancient truth of the steppe. Well then, scholar, give it a try. It'll be interesting to see. Now here's rule 2. She both loves and hates fire. She can't pass upon fire without wanting to love and destroy it. So light bonfires. They'll slow her down. Like a moth. Speaking of which, I've studied blood-sucking moths before, but didn't get very far. Rule 3. She's drawn to people who aren't hollow. You may be close-minded and spiteful, but she still senses something in you. There's something you carry inside yourself, some spark. In other words, there's no way she's going to forget about you. When she's close, she will never stop chasing you. It's crafty the way you weave compliments and insults together. This one's so simple that I'm not even going to give it a number. If she catches you, she will devour you. You might find a way to wriggle out of her embrace the first time, but definitely not the second. I thought I'd sense some sort of animus coming from her. And finally, you're probably not going to believe me. She eats away at most people's bodies, dries their skin, chews up their immune system, but you're not as easy to get to, like someone's watching you from above. Protecting you, maybe? I don't know. From atop your polyhedron, it is stunningly tall. I don't know. Well, yes, I do know, but I don't understand. Feel free to disbelieve me, it doesn't matter. Just keep in mind that you won't get infected in a plague district like others do. Instead, you'll go insane, waste all your time, and then she'll eat you. That is how it will happen. What a heartwarming fantasy. If I really was in no danger of getting infected, there's so much I could do. She thinks she's my sister, and I think she's a monster made of bones. My hatred for her is stronger than all of yours combined. Be bold, bachelor. There's no shame in running from her. Maybe you'll get something done, after all. In the end. Thank you, girl. This has been a very strange conversation. Whoa.
Ты это придумал. Ты это придумал.
Okay.
Как это объяснить? Никак.
Fuck. Oh, shit. What? Oh, I think I made a mess of that. That was a lot. The future atlases of the town sky, the flowers of the town's youth. For now, odd admirers of Maria Kain's talent. The eldest daughter of the Kains, Simon's niece. Her mother was a mistress, a woman said to wield mystical powers. Maria believed that she was meant to walk the same path. She was followed everywhere by her signs, young people who've claimed to align their fates with the constellations and mastered destiny itself. Her every gesture burns with untamed
Знакомое
fire.
лицо. И голос, и запах. Вкусный.
I can't hear you. Speak my language, don't pretend you don't know it. Lingua mentem aperit. Who dares open his mouth while the mistress is working? Daniil Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine, at your service. And Daniil, no need to mock me. I haven't somehow forgotten you after 5 days. One does not forget the likes of you. I was just focused on the dialogue. The unexpectedness of your voice caught me off guard, that's all. Daniil, it's an honorific, a sign of respect. Don't test my patience. Alright, I've interrupted you. You're in the middle of a conversation with whom? Oh, the house, of course. But the hindquarters were not built by us, the Kains, and this house is one of the oldest ones out there. It doesn't understand me, or rather it pretends it doesn't. I hate hypocrites. What a bastard. Hey, you, inanimate matter, answer at once. It's only inanimate for you. Wherever my mother walked, cobblestones began singing, and streetlights would start dancing. I've inherited that gift, but I don't think you will ever be able to comprehend it. I forgive you, but laughing at what you don't understand is the sign of a cowardly mind. You forgive me for the fact that houses don't sing to me. What benevolence. A trace of Uncle Simon's hand still lingers in this house. It's here, very close, still warm. I can feel it. But the door's locked and broken, and the house will give me nothing freely. Tell me more, whatever you can. I don't know. Uncle was a very close friend of Isidore Burak, or a rival. True friendship is indistinguishable from rivalry. And I can feel his life still smouldering in this house. In some object or a living memory, perhaps he's even still there himself. Simon's alive and in hiding. No, I don't believe in this kind of luck. Although... Oh, never mind. It no longer matters anyway. What I'm doing is stupid. And what you're doing, even more so. That's what I thought an hour ago. But if Simon's left some kind of trace, any kind... That's not my point, Undaniel. There are traces of Uncle Simon in this house, and the whole town, in the polyhedron, in the people, even in the street layouts. Great people don't just die, they scatter into myriad reflections. But we, his poor descendants, won't ever be able to put them back, because tomorrow shall not come. The people locked in the town hall thought so too, but we've broken out. We'll be suffocated by walls of reeking bodies. Shabnak will devour our tomorrow. When you sleep tonight, the apnea demon will descend upon you, and you will lie there frozen, staring at the ceiling forever. I don't know. I don't know. I've had a dream. I've seen every calendar in town stop at number 5. Tomorrow shall not come. It shall not come. Shabnak. This will be a surprising confession, but as I was approaching this house, I think I saw her. Some kind of monster, very close. You've seen a Shabnak. You... And Daniel? A woman or a monster? I didn't get a good look. It's hard to see anything in this plague-ridden hell. In this backwater of ours, the earth sometimes belches out the strangest creatures. I'm surprised you had enough clarity of mind to see her. It's not a clarity of mind. It's a murkiness. This is obviously a hallucination. She wasn't there in my dream, but that doesn't mean anything. She doesn't like to enter my dreams. My dreams are the higher realms. They strive upwards. The clay spawn and rat brigands don't feel at home there. Prophetic dreams. I suppose I can't complain now, though. Our dreams are not the same. I am a mistress. I can see the truth. Tomorrow shall not come. If only you had acted differently. If you'd... opened the hospital, taken charge of the emergency command, searched for answers, perhaps things would have been different. But you've missed your every chance, and so have I. So what do we do now? Go to the Stillwater. Say goodbye to Eva. Gaze up at the starry sky before you sleep. Write a letter. Get in touch with something you hold dear before the end. I hope to say goodbye to Uncle Simon. No. No, I will fight until the end. Although, you know, Daniel, this wasn't my dream too. I stood in this house right here. Uncle Simon breathed behind the closed door, and I told you that tomorrow would not come. It was important to tell you that for some reason. I can't shake the feeling that there's still some chance, some opportunity I overlooked. I must find it.
Brevi mano.
No. No, everything is lost. There is no hope. Maybe it's time to give up. No. Yeah. Oh. Sure do love Twin Peaks. Fuck all of this.
Зрение. Их ответ. Живет в зеркалах. Был один большой Данковский. Стало много маленьких.
What troubles you, senor? Your day is over. I just shot myself. Why are we talking? You stand inside a mirrored chamber. Look, one glass in which you shot yourself, more still in which your life goes on. This place allows a man to choose among the possibilities. I don't understand. You're free to pick the one in which you shot yourself and end your story there. Or you can choose to defy death and give it one more try. Your business in the living world remains unfinished, no? I'm battling the sandpest, but I'm not making any progress. There's not enough of me to deal with it. Then let us say you did not shoot yourself. Too much left still to do and not enough of you. Your goal will pull you back to life, a hook lodged in your cheek. If you too soon depart, who would be there to bear this burden? An unfortunate metaphor. The fate of a fish caught on a hook is to be gutted and made into a bowl of ukha. Why are you hugging the clock? Why aren't you? And if you look closely at the clock, you may return to a different day, and that is just what you might need. The shadow of a dead man teaches me to time travel. Suppose I do need my head checked. If you are done with navel-gazing, the clock therefore awaits. Why do you keep bringing up the clock all the time? Is it special or something? The clock is common as can be, but what you'll do with it is not. You must admit, your only hope of being saved is by transcending from this plane. But how the hell does that work? It is as if I'm caught in the logic of a dream. But this all feels real. I'm in the fucking Black Lodge. Agent Cooper is right fucking there. If it really is a dream, I will be sorely disappointed. Does it matter? Yes, it does. I must understand the underlying mechanism. Am I in this town or a memory of it? It's like I'm everywhere at once, standing both here and giving a statement at the Capitol, acting and recounting my actions at the same time, and now it seems I can leap across days. What should I make of that? You come out of the shadows by degrees, Senor. Indeed, it is as if you are both once here and there. This thought of time as a mere line entraps your mind. In truth, you are as free as ever. At once, you're here and in the capital, one foot on yesterday and another on tomorrow. So that's how it is. I ask for clarity, I get smoke and mirrors. No smoke, but many mirrors, sir. To free yourself, you'll have to break the glass. And then, to see your options, you need only watch the clock. Is there no way to avoid vandalism? Why do I smash the mirrors? Because a mirror multiplies. They breed realities. Right now, you need to cull this herd, reduce them all to one. The one in which you live, or struck by a clock. Ad absurdum. Back to the start. We can do this. Back to the beginning. The calamity can still be prevented, right? And that's Pathologic 3, the demo. Thank you all very much for staying with me and watching. I hope you all had fun. So, there's a different thematic element that we are watching with this already. Already we are not so grounded in the town, certainly far less than Artemy, and that is thematically relevant, I think, because of course Daniel is not grounded in the town. He is an outsider, and this town is kind of anathema to him. He fucking hates this place in many ways, or at least he can grow to hate it. He doesn't always have to, though, but still. Even so, I do miss being able to walk the streets of it a bit more. I like that. I like being in this place. I feel I grow to hate it as well as love it by walking its streets. When I am not a part of it, then I am separate, I am apathetic. But then again, perhaps that is the intent and what we want from this. Certainly, the town is less important to me than Thanatica. Thanatica feels like home. Which again, is the interesting artistic intent. There's some... I'll be very interested to see how things look and how things feel, if they feel any different when we get to the finale, the final release. I imagine that they will, because this is of course still very early on. The lighting is an interesting change, and the vibe, the atmosphere is an interesting change. It certainly feels a little bit more close to summer, a little bit breezier and brighter. This is a slightly brighter iteration of the story so far, but we are still only seeing day one and the interesting beginning bits, so, you know, I guess we'll see. So, right. I have many thoughts, and I'm sure I will expound upon them as I write and as I go. thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for being a part of this stream. I am now, I'm gonna leave it up for here. You've been a wonderful, wonderful audience. Thank you. Any last words that any of you want to get in before we go? I hope there's more interplay with the atmospheric friction and how Daniel is just fucking getting wrecked by the town. Yeah. He ain't having a happy time. He really ain't having a happy time. I mean, he doesn't ever have a happy time, to be clear. But, I'll be interested to see how his own decisions will come back to bite him in the ass. I get the impression there's going to be a lot in the way of the wider level quarantine and plague management, which, oh boy, does that feel, familiar from having worked through fucking COVID. Oh boy, does that feel familiar. Alright, anyway, let me get out of this, let me get out of the Daniel costume for now. Yeah, I'm interested to see where the rest of this goes in terms of what other themes they're going to use. Thank you, Sky, for the catch about Gorky. There's bound to be a lot more in the way of literary references. I know for a fact there will be. But again, yeah, it does feel like we're playing on slightly different literature this time around, which I really like. I do think that's interesting. I don't, as much as like there's a lot of me that wants, you know, more of the same of the previous games, I also really don't want that. I don't want to just relive the same damn thing. I do want something new and experimental, and that's, you know, what I love Ice Pick Lodge for. So, whilst there's some parts of this that I'm like, I don't know if I quite like that change, I'm still glad that the changes are being made and the experiments are happening. Like, this is still food for thought for me. This is still a very cool vibe, and I really like it. Yeah. It's nice to be back here, nice to be back in the town upon Gorkon once again. Nice to go back to my roots, as it were. I remember many, many moons ago when I first played Daniel Dankovsky's storyline and streamed it upon YouTube, or did the Let's Play upon YouTube. It was a very long time ago now. Feels nice to get back to it in some ways, you know, even if I am older and a little bit more damaged. Anyway. Yeah, let's see. Surprised Icepick decided to go down this route. I kind of am, but I'm also kind of not. This is sort of in keeping with a way I expect them to operate. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Anyway. Has been wonderful. Oh dear, I am going to silence that. Apologies for that. How do I think Pathologic 3 pales in comparison to Pathologic 1 and 2? I don't, is the short answer. This is a demo, and I don't think that it's fair to judge things by a demo, especially when the demo is not a full finished product. The only major thing that I think people are getting off-put by in any way would be the lighting being quite different and making the characters appear different because of it. The lighting of Pathologic 2 is very much spotlight stage lighting in a very kind of stark way. There's a slight difference to the spotlighting being used here. They do still feel like actors upon a stage, but the stage craft is just slightly different. Yeah, I don't really know how best to put it other than that yet, because I'm a medical bitch and not a theater bitch. I need to get my fellow theater bitches on here I am kind of a theatre bitch, but not enough of one to know my craft well enough to know all the specific terms. I guess I gotta get back into being a theatre bitch now, huh? Anyway. Blender SC2. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked the KOTOR 2 video. It is very much a absolute mess of very unnecessarily long work that I put a lot of passion into when I was feeling emotionally destroyed during lockdowns and COVID, and having had some very nasty things happen to me, and playing that game and then writing that essay and then filming that was kind of my healing. So yeah. Anyway, Microsoft Paintcat, I would love to see your write-up on it. I think that'd be very interesting. I would be very interested to see what people generally feel and say about this. Yeah. There's going to be some interesting stuff that comes from this, I'm sure. I am slightly loath to write or say anything specific until I have played the final product in full. Especially because I know that it's going to get real it's going to get real fucky. I wasn't expecting Pathologic 3 to be the Utena Black Rose arc in many ways. In terms of being Mikage unstuck in time. That is fascinating to me. But yes. Yeah, the Dabowski stuff. Yeah, Dabowski is gone. He is not on this project at all anymore, and that is why I'm a lot more comfortable talking about it and engaging with it. If he had not left the studio, I would not be doing this. But he has. The showrunner now is Alfina, and Alfina is lovely. I think she's excellent, and the studio has gone to great lengths to kind of rejuvenate and renew this project without having any malign influences anymore. Right. I also, Microsoft Paintcat, going to take a lot of citations. If you want to explain what you want to do right off, please. I love citations. I love well-resourced and cited essays. That's what I really like, because I'm a nerd. Anyway, this nerd is going to get herself to sleep. Thank you all for stopping by. It has been wonderful seeing you all. I will see you again very soon, I hope. I have a few things in the works. I am sorry that the YouTube channel has been quite dormant as of late. The world is scary out there, and I am very tired. I also got burned out on YouTube and did some non-YouTube work for a little while. I started contributing to I started helping out with some LARP stuff, specifically the game 97 Poets of Rehearsing, which is a LARP in the Czech Republic based on Disco Elysium. The guys that created that do an they did an incredible job, and it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, having been a part of that. Really astounding. I started writing my own little video game for a while. That has not got very far because, oh god, I cannot do that again. But yes, and then also, no, I'm not from the US, I am from the UK. I live in Scotland. And that's had its own kind of worms right now. So there's also been all of that stuff going on. I am still, however, making a lot of YouTube stuff. It is going on in the background. It's just very slow. I'm so sorry. I will be getting back to it though. I have on the Patreon, because YouTube won't let me upload it, they have the next Utena analysis videos which are being created. I've got a a parody podcast series that I'm beginning to work on. I have a video essay on The Void, Icepick Lodge's other stuff written, which is that's going to be the next thing I get to after all this. And I've got 1 or 2 other written essays in the works, which I promise I am trying to get to. Just God, life is busy. Also, I got a promotion and I'm now a really senior doctor, and oh God, that takes up a lot of time. That's probably the main thing, really. Thank you all for sticking with me, and I am gonna continue on doing this stuff. I will be doing some more streams very soon. Next stream, I'm hoping, touch wood, is gonna be 1000 times Resist, which is a game I really like, and I've got a lot of strong feelings about. So yeah, I will see you guys soon.